Hey lovies, so if you guys are Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, this is going to be your reading to see what your person loves about you, or just what people love about you in general. So I'm going to get oracle cards for the top, tarot for the second row. After that, I'm going to pull from this bag of traits to see what more specific qualities people love about you, and then get from this little hype deck that I made, which is basically like this person loves you, or I love blank about you, or this is so great about you, whatever it is. So let's dive in. Also, if this happens to be more of a general, like this is what people in your life just like love about you kind of a thing. I created the playlists on my channel. If you were looking for more insight into your person's feelings and things like that, the last series, Zodiac series I did was what are their thoughts, feelings, and intentions. So that will be in the playlist under your sign. And also I have a few pick a cards. I put all those on a playlist as well. So feel free to check those out. But otherwise, let's dive in and see what your person loves about you, Leo. What does Leo's person love about Leo? One card, please. Number 18, Creatrix. Ooh, very cool. And then we have Spirit Warrior, Be Brave and True. So with the Creatrix energy, obviously I feel like you're very creative. I'm getting you could do like dramatic eye makeup just because her makeup is very dramatic. I'm getting also like princess vibes, like you could kind of be like a little, or kind of come off that way, but people think it's cute, like a little princess, just because this hair is reminding me of Princess Leia. Like, but Princess Leia wasn't like a little princess, like she was badass too. So I feel like there's something like that. I don't know if this is supposed to be ears, but that's making me think that you could be a very good listener. You could have green eyes because we have these green eyes here depicted on this card. Also, I feel as though you just see things through the eyes of love with the green eyes coming through, and also that you have good business sense with the Creatrix. I feel as though you can look at things from almost like a business point of view, but also from like the point of view of love, if that makes sense. It's like you have a good balance between those two things. You can separate them. You're very good at that. Let's see what else. I feel like you're very loving. She's wearing green. She has green eyes. So there's definitely this whole like loving thing coming through. So it's like I'm getting a sense too, like with the creative thing, like you could just put your heart into everything that you do. And even if you don't have creative projects and things like that yet, maybe you haven't like tapped into it yet or found your thing yet. It takes time sometimes, but it's like in the meantime, it's just the way that you create your style, you create your appearance, you create yourself, like you create your own life. You're very good at like doing that, like creating outfits, creating your home, creating the life you want to live, like on your own terms, I'm kind of getting. And let's see what else. What do Leo's people love about Leo? Sorry, I just like blanked out for a second. What do people love about Leo? We have the moon, soul. Yeah, again, this green energy coming through. I feel like you could, oh, look, in fifth house, sorry, creativity. Again, it's like those two sides that you have that like you're able to keep separate. That's cool. I love when that comes out. But it's like these two sides make up the whole with this moon. I feel like you're just very connected to your soul. You could be a very dreamy kind of like, even if you are like, because with Leos I always think of like dramatic emotions. With the moon, like you could have a lot of like dramatic intense emotions here. Like the way that these two, like you could be very expressive when you're upset. You could be like a writer or like an actress, and it's like you just channel your soul like through your work, whatever that is. Or even if you're just talking to people, it doesn't have to be like you're actually on stage, but when you're just speaking to people, it's almost like you are on stage. Like you have such intensity and like soul in everything that you do. Like even if you do have some kind of funky dramatic makeup or like outfits or whatever. It's like, I don't know, it's almost like it's just true to what you feel. Like you're very true to your soul. You don't do things based on what other people want you to do. You do what's based on your soul. And I think people just feel this sort of like authenticity from you that's just like you're just like your own person, like very much so. You're very unique and individualized. I feel as though you like march to the beat of your own inner drummer. Like that's it. Let's see what else do Leo's people love about Leo. Very loving. Very I feel like you create just for fun, like, and just almost like, and again, like even if you haven't gotten there yet, I feel like you have the ability to kind of create things. Like if you are doing it just for fun, that will naturally just success will follow. And then we have Venus, love. I'm getting a very feminine energy from you guys, a very soft, loving, feminine energy, which I wouldn't necessarily be expecting with Leo. But also we have all even numbers. So I'm getting the sense of you being very balanced. Again, I was saying like you look at things through the eyes of love. But even with this Venus, I think it's like Empress energy. Like I was saying, like where things just kind of come to you. So say you're just having fun and you're creating things. It's like almost like success, like you'll just like naturally fall into like your field or something like that. You just have like a natural knack for like attracting things to you. I think people are very impressed by like the way that you make things look easy. You just have a sense of like, you know what you want to do. And this like these colors in the background just make me think of like splashing. It could feel very random, or maybe some people even think like, oh my God, like how did they get like so lucky so fast? Like I've been working on my craft for this long and like they just like decide to do something and it's just beautiful. Like they just start playing around with something and find out they're like have like a huge knack for it. Like I feel like you're good at a lot of different things, especially like beautiful, soulful things. With the moon, you could be very intuitive. With those big ears, it's like that could be you just being in touch with just being able to like kind of channel things like from the collective, from like the soul of like the world. I'm almost getting like from that direct source like energy. Like I feel like you're very in touch with that. And you're very open to that, even if you don't realize that that's what you're doing, but you just have like the best advice and you have just really good, I don't know, like you can like spin straw into gold kind of a thing. Like, I don't know. Hi, Leo. Sorry, my doggy. Let me just put him down. Mwah, mwah. Okay. And the moon. It's kind of like the high priestess energy, and then Venus was like the empress energy. So it's like I'm getting like divine feminine energy like in this pile for sure. It's like there's like this meme I saw that's like, get you a woman who could do both, and it's like the divine feminine. It's like the high priestess and the empress tarot cards like together, and it's like I feel like that's you. Like you have both of those aspects to your character. Like it's like you're, like I was saying with the material world, I don't know if I was saying that, but it's like you look through the eyes of like love and money. Like you have a really good balance of both, because Venus rules Taurus, so that's more so like what am I saying? Venus rules Taurus, so that could tend to be about material things, having good business sense, having stability in your life. But then the moon and the soul, the moon soul, the high priestess, that's more about being intuitive, like the mysteries of life. It's like I feel like you have like an understanding of like the 3D world and then the 5D like together. Like, so what else do Leo's people love about Leo? We have a sort of dark glamour I'm getting with the high priestess coming through. Then we have mouse spirit, tend to the small things. So yeah, you could be a very detail oriented person. I don't feel like you're somebody that's, even this kind of looks like mouse ears. That's interesting. So I feel like there's like that mouse energy coming through twice. You could have done a lot of things in the name of survival. You could have been in survival mode for a lot of your life, and maybe you still feel that way now. Where you've had to like rely on your own soul to get you out of certain situations and things like that, where you have been kind of like scavenging. I think people see you as very, oh yeah, with this spirit warrior energy that was coming through, that was on the bottom of the deck. I feel as though like you've been through the darkness and like come out of the other side, and you've done it by just learning how to ground yourself and build up your life like little by little. Interesting. I feel like 10 to the small things. The mouse spirit is known for being like a problem solver, like kind of sneaks under the radar, kind of a thing. So I feel like you're not a very like in your face. This isn't like a loud animal. It's like one that kind of like skitters around like unbeknownst to people. So I feel like you could kind of fly under the radar and be a little mysterious. Like people don't always, and with the high priestess energy, yeah, for sure. People don't feel like they could get a really good read on you. But there's something about your eyes that are very beautiful, very sweet eyes you have. And then look, horse spirit. Freedom is yours. Let me just put this like that. Why are these never even? Okay. There we go. I mean, I don't think that's going to be even, but okay. So horse spirit, freedom is yours. So let me just take a sip of my coffee. I'm so sorry. So I feel like, let's see, interesting with this horse, because like that is kind of like a bigger animal. I feel like you could have, like I said, you could have been through a lot of changes in your life where you've evolved a lot. You have this kind of quiet dignity, quiet power. But with the freedom is yours, you could be somebody who doesn't really like to be tied down. You have to like maintain your independence in a relationship. You're not somebody that likes, you could also like horses or ride horses or something like that. That could be extra confirmation for you. But also you could have nice hair, because like with the horse's hair, and I think of like even the Leo, like a lion's mane, like even the mouse ears almost look like they're being made of hair or something there. But let's see, let me get one more. This horse spirit. It's almost like, I feel like the freedom that you have to have is like the freedom to do like what your soul is kind of like dictating for you to do. And that's that creative energy. It's almost like you might be somebody that isn't necessarily following all the rules of society, I would say. Like you kind of just, like I was saying, you do your own thing. You're very independent. You're just completely unique and individual. You just really, it's like you have to have that freedom. And maybe you've been in connections and things like that where people were trying to kind of tell you what to do or influence what you would do, and you just are very strong. But I don't feel like you do it in a strong way where you're like, no, like I'm not going to listen to you, like a defiant way. It's like a softer way where you're just like, no, I'm going to do my own thing. Like, sorry, like this isn't really a good fit for me. Like I need like a little bit more freedom than this, whether it's like a job or a relationship. I feel like you're not afraid to walk away from things that kind of stifle your spirit. You're very individual. So let's see what else we have. What do people love about Leo? But you're a very soulful person, very deep. You could be like a poet. You could express yourself like that. You could just feel a lot of intense emotions and find creative things as an outlet. But I think people really appreciate like spiritual connection. You have a spiritual connection to your own self, like I would say. And you could even have it to like another person. A relationship has a connection that goes beyond this lifetime. So you could, you know, this could be speaking that this is your twin, or like your soul awakener, as I like to call it, or soulmate coming through to say that they appreciate just like your authenticity and things like that. Because I always look for clues in the cards to see. And then we have the love. So I really feel like this is a love interest coming through in this case. Just saying how much they admire you. and that maybe like you living your life on such a free terms is kind of like helping them to like feel brave enough to do the same. And just the fact that you're not like in your face, like, yeah, I do what I want, like kind of a thing. You just kind of quietly do your own thing and whatever. Like if people don't want to hang out with you anymore, like it's kind of like badass, but like subtle badass. And I feel like that is almost like inspiring to your person, who I do feel like you do have a spiritual connection with here. Let's see what else is coming through. What is Leo's peeps love about Leo? Actions speak loudly. Express your love through actions. I just want to make sure you can see this. Yeah. So yeah, it's almost like you lead by example. But like a quiet example. What is this? She's like riding on this bird here. Okay. And it's like, just the fact there's all this green here, I don't feel, and then we have choose love. I feel as though like with the green bird, I'm just getting something like, it's like you will leave a situation that isn't right for you, but you'll do it in a loving way where you'll just try to be like clear and concise and direct and to the point. Not like with your spiritual connection person, but maybe, but like, you just have a lot of dignity like within yourself. Like you do things from like in a dignified way, a graceful way. There's, like I was saying, I feel like this is like a divine feminine energy coming through for sure. And this could even be speaking to of like you just like so merged with your higher self. Like you live this kind of spiritual life, but you're not like preachy about it necessarily. You're just kind of like embodying it and living it like with your actions. Like you're not a hypocrite. Because a lot of times I feel like there can be people, and probably maybe this was you at some point in your journey too. It was me. It was all of us. It's like, you know, you're kind of like claiming to be so spiritual, but when you're like fucking over people, you know what I'm saying? And it's kind of like, all right, like why don't call yourself like you're this like Mother Teresa, and then you're like meanwhile like doing all the shady shit behind people's backs. Like I feel like you're like the opposite of that. And again, you might have had some experience with that in your life when you were younger and just kind of starting out, but as of this point now, it's like you practice what you preach. That's what I'm trying to say. Like you don't just talk the talk, you walk the walk, you know, and you walk your talk. Is that how they say it? So also your walk could be a thing, because I just was thinking about walking. So that could be something that people like about you. You could have like a nice walk. The way you carry yourself could be very elegant. Just this shirt looks very like elegant. They look put together with the Venus energy and the High Priestess. I don't feel like you show a lot of skin, maybe just like one attribute at a time. But it's like you have a very classy, elegant sexiness to you, I would say. Very feminine. You don't have to be a feminine, but it's like you have this sort of like quiet, subtle, like energy. So let's see what else. What do people love about Leo? That's like 4 or 5. Let's just get like 1 or 2 at a time. What does Leo's person love about Leo? We have the shaman, divine wisdom and spiritual power. So there's a lot about, maybe you've taught your person a lot about spirituality. Or maybe like you feel like you have such a like divine connection that they've just like, you've done a lot of your own healing work in it, and so it like has affected them and just helped them get in touch with their own. They appreciate your perspective with this bird. Interesting that this is like a bird of prey and this is like a mouse here. So I feel as though you used to almost be somebody that would get like, you were like prey, like you were like easy prey, like for predators, but it's like you had to wise up. And or even something I'm getting that your person might have noticed is that you play small, but really you're this hawk, but you're really good at almost like embodying this mouse energy. Like I was saying, like you skitter underneath the surface so people don't see you as a threat. It's almost like you're so amazing that you almost have to camouflage it so other people don't feel threatened by you. And it's like you do that very well. You don't you're not braggy. You're not like, oh, I'm so amazing, like I'm so psychic or whatever you are, intuitive. Like you don't go around flaunting it. It's like you fly under the radar. Like you keep your insights to yourself, kind of a thing. Kind of like, what's that song by Fleetwood Mac, Dreams? I keep my visions to myself. I don't know, that just like popped in my head. Could be like a Stevie Nicks vibe over here, which is cool. So what else? And then there's more Taurus energy coming through, more Venus energy coming through. But even the way it's like shown in this card, divine wisdom and spiritual power, it's like a mix of that High Priestess and Empress energy. I feel like you have a really good blend of that. Like a dark glamour. So let's see what else. I feel like there is a telepathic connection between you and your person. If you know, feel that you have like such a spiritual connection to somebody, but we have a lot of like spiritual stuff coming through with this. I feel like you're seen as like a shaman. Just like, even just if in your everyday conversations, like the wise advice you give. So let's see what else. What is Leo's person love? It's too many. Love about Leo. Ace of Acorns, creative force, confidence. Yeah, I'm not surprised we have creativity coming out. The Ace of Wands. So there's some fire for my little fire signs. There could be Aries in your chart because we do have a ram here. Aries or Taurus, getting especially. Creative force, confidence. So it's like, again, I feel like the fact that this confidence is coming out under this moon soul, I feel like it's more of a quiet confidence. It's a grace. It's not like an in-your-face, like aggressive sort of a thing. It's definitely more subtle. We have the Three of Acorns, again, more fire energy, foresight, and exploration. Again, there's this idea of like having a higher perspective, seeing the world in a unique way. Almost like your antenna. I don't know what you call this on a giraffe, or what these things on his head actually are, because they're the ears. So I'm just gonna call them antenna, but I don't know what they actually are. But it's like they're always like open, just like the ears here are always open. It's like you're always getting downloads, you're always getting insight. You just are like the mouthpiece for like the collective like source energy. Like you've really found a way to tap into that, and it's like a constant stream like channeling through you, I want to say. Let's see what else. We have the Queen of Shells, peace and compassion. Yeah, I'm not surprised to see her make an appearance in this reading. And then the Ten of Crystals and the Knight of Acorns on the bottom of the deck. So we have earth, fire, water, and pentacles. So we have a good balance here. The only major that we have was the shaman, which is the Hierophant. So again, I feel like you're this sort of like spiritual teacher or something like that. Even like unofficially, it's just by like living your life. I feel actions speak loudly. It's just the way you live your life like sort of is inspiring to other people. The way you can like hold yourself with such graceful elegance. The Queen of Shells coming out under the Venus love card is very telling of how sweet. I could just see it in this person's eyes. But there's like this certain like bravery and dignity to you, where I feel as though like you're not a pushover, but you're not like an aggressive person. Like you're just, you have like a quiet dignity. I don't know, like I feel like I'm not doing a good job of explaining it. And then with this Ten of Crystals, again, I feel as though like you do get the things you want. Like you have that ability with your creativity that we have the Ace of Acorns. It's almost like you get an idea, you explore it further, you play with it, kind of like that. You make a plan kind of a thing. And then it's like you attain it with this Ten of Crystals, like ending the reading. Like I was saying that at the beginning, I feel like you have that balance of like the material and the soulful, like kind of coming together. And you, whatchamacallit, it's like you have learned to like value yourself. I feel like you're like a high value woman. That's what I would say, or man, but I'm getting a very feminine energy coming through, like I can't lie. But you're a very like high value person. And I feel as though like you don't do something unless it has like, you're not going to try to create a business out of something you don't actually put serious true value and belief into. And that's what kind of makes you so successful. So what do people love about you? They love your creativity. They appreciate your creativity. Again, this looks like Princess Leia hair. I know it's like ram horns, but I'm getting like Princess Leia vibes, like for sure. So it's almost like you're a princess, but you're super brave and you'll go like fight with like the guys, like, you know what I mean? But only because you feel like it's right. You fly under the radar. You're very mysterious, but you have a lot of wisdom. I feel like this really could be like like a twin or like a soulmate coming through that has been like moved and changed by you, and has seen you living your life and has been very inspired by it. I feel like you're very connected to spirit. You're seen as like a spiritual teacher. A lot of people could just appreciate the wisdom that you spout. Is that how you say it? Spout. You're very loving, very sensual, very attractive. With Venus is beauty. Like, I can tell that like you have like a very elegant style. And you walk, and people just, you walk your talk. Like, that's, they have like a certain respect for you that not a lot of people are afforded. A lot of people kind of contradict themselves, but I feel like you've learned those lessons early on, to just kind of be yourself and do what you say you're gonna do. I feel like you do whatever you say you're gonna do. Like, and if you don't, you just change your mind, and I don't know, you allow yourself that freedom. You're just kind of like leave things open-ended. So let's see. This says materialistic, but I didn't really ask a question yet, so we'll just keep that in mind. But what do Leo's people more specifically love about Leo? Oh, I feel like this card, like, shy. Yeah, there's like that sense, again, for a Leo, it's interesting that you would be coming through shy, but I just feel like you could be like a shyer Leo. You are like a quieter, like almost watching, looking. This giraffe and this person look very similar to me. The way their little mouths are closed but their eyes are open. It's like you observe a lot of things with this higher perspective and the shaman, but it's like you don't say a lot of things, and expressive. But you do express yourself in a very interesting way, maybe through your art, maybe through your words, like, but whatever it is, you have like a quiet way of expressing yourself, but there's like weight to the things that you say, and meaning. And even like with your actions, it's like you express yourself with your actions, and you don't feel the need to justify what you do with this freedom. It's like you have a very like unapologetic attitude, but again, in a quiet way. Business savvy, yes. With that Taurus energy coming through twice and the 10 of crystals, it's like, I feel like you will be successful in business because you truly value the things that you do. You value yourself and the work you put in, things like that. What else? Sarcastic. Oh. So you could be, obviously that's something people like enjoy about you, maybe just with your close friends or whatever. Like, you can have like a funny sense of humor and put people in their place a little bit, but I don't feel like you do it in a mean way. It's just funny. It could be a little funny. We have wise. Yeah, definitely that was coming through. I don't feel like these are even. It's fine. So we have wise. Okay. What else for my Leos? I feel like I'm not getting a good grip on the cards I want. Old soul, for sure. You definitely have a perspective of like, I've seen humanity make these same mistakes like 800 times, and I don't understand why. I was like, just those eyes look like a little sad, like, oh, disappointed. Fearless. Yeah, with this freedom, it's like you're not afraid. Just if your soul calls you to do something, you will like overcome your fear, if you have any. Definitely you have a lot of like self-love, I would say. I just feel like you've taken the time to really cultivate that in yourself, and it shows. And then we have generous. Yeah, there's, with money, could be with your time, with your advice. I just feel like people really like love and appreciate your vibe. You're a very sweet person, a very soulful person. I feel like you'll do anything to help anybody, and you just have a lot going for you. You're a very interesting mix here. I really do feel like you wear really cool outfits that are like elegant, classy, but sexy at the same time. So let's see, what would Leo's person want to say to Leo? What would Leo's person want to say to Leo? Oh. You do nice things just to be nice, and not so other people will applaud you. Sorry if you could see my coffee in the shot. So you're just like genuinely nice. You generous. It's like your actions. It's like you do things behind the scenes just because like that whole like under the radar thing. It's like you'll do stuff behind the scenes just to make someone else's life easier, even if they don't know about it. You have such an appetite for life. Yeah, you want to experience things, and I feel like you have experienced things over many lifetimes, but it's like that hasn't quenched your appetite for more. You have such a healing presence. Yeah. And look, you're so witty. You hit people with some zingers. So that came through twice. So you could be really funny and almost like people wouldn't expect it because you seem so quiet and sweet. And then you're just like, ba, 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 ba. And people are like, oh my God, where did that come from? I love how you have integrity even when no one's looking. It's like, yes, like you walk your talk, even if no one can see you. And I don't know how they would know that, but like maybe they've just like seen you skittering around like a little mousy and are just like, but they've noticed it. They've really noticed it. I feel like this could be your person too, like looking at you and just seeing who you really are and just really like loving that about you, and just you're different from everybody else. So let's see what else. What does Leo's person love about them? Oh. Your skin looks so soft. So yeah, I do think you are very like physically beautiful. With that Venus, Queen of Shells, even with the moon, I'm just getting like a very feminine, soft kind of beauty. Even if you are super fearless and brave and like materially minded, it's like you project this image of like being soft, supple, feminine energy. You're such a hard worker. Okay. And I feel like also that could speak to like doing like the inner work on yourself. It's like you maybe work hard at your job with this 10 of crystals. Like you did have that good like balance, but it's like you also put in the work for yourself and your soul and your heart, and just, I don't know. I feel like you've done the inner work, and that's why you walk your talk. You keep such a nice home. Yeah, there's that whole like sensual Venus, Taurus, like beautiful thing. You like probably have like a very comfortable, lush kind of a house where even if you don't have a lot of money, I'm not going to take that. It says you're not afraid to look silly, but we'll see if it comes out again. It's like you have candles lit, you have like really soft blankets and pillows, even if you bought them like somewhere like where it wasn't, even if you just made them or whatever. It's like they might not be like top of the line. They don't have to be like, even if you got your clothes from a thrift store, it's like the way you put things together. I'm getting something like that where, like I was saying, like even if you're not necessarily working on creative projects like art, it's just the way you kind of put things together, like maybe on a budget, like for yourself. That's too many. I just saw you speak so eloquently and you have so many layers. Well, maybe with your clothes, it's like you layer things and like in a cool way. So let's see, what else do Leo's peeps love about Leo? What have they noticed? Your authenticity is so refreshing. Yes, I really, and there's a lot of blue here, which is making me think of like throat chakra and that authenticity. I think that's like your main quality. It's like you don't put on airs. You just are naturally just a beautiful soul like that. Maybe sometimes people are jealous, I'm getting. You're literally hysterical. Yeah, there's like something funny about you. You never run out of energy. You're so creative on the back. Let's just get one more. What do Leo's people love about Leo? Definitely, though, a lot of green in this deck. So you're very loving. Loving and authentic. But you're like authentically loving. You have such strength. Yeah, we had this. You see the good in everyone. With this Be Brave and True on the bottom of the deck, this Spirit Warrior. It's like, I feel like, oh, that's like in the wrong spot. Let me get one more. But yeah, I feel like with that Brave and True, it's like you've been through so many things. And I feel like even in other lifetimes that have just kind of made you have this sort of quiet strength and dignity. I feel like it's a very quiet strength. And then you're the whole package as the last card. So it's like you are the whole package, honestly. You have a good balance of a lot of different things. You're funny, you're sweet, you're very compassionate, you're ambitious. You're kind of like a wild moonchild soul, but you have like some business sense too. So you've got it, like you've got it all. You're very expressive, but you're quiet. You're not like showy. You walk your talk and you have a lot of integrity. So Leos, I hope you enjoyed this reading. You sound pretty cool and amazing. I'm not gonna lie. Hit me with some style tips. I'm just kidding. But I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please leave me some love. I would really appreciate it. It helps my channel grow. Otherwise, I will catch you in the next one, guys. Okay, have a good day or night wherever you are. Bye.